Yeah.
Would someone please check the wine cellar?
Oh.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.
Well,
Good
hello.
evening, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Take Two Radio Soaps and Review. I'm Pam, your host, and I have my trusty teammates with me who are barking and ready, right?
Right, okay. Who let the dogs out? Okay.
Well, if you were a dog, what type would you be? David, go first.
Oh, God, why'd you have to let me go first? I think I'd be a Springer.
Okay. Anthony?
Hey. I Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Okay. Candice?
A poodle.
Oh, my God. Carolyn?
Yeah, I guess it's going to be a Chihuahua.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Well, yes, I'm over all of you because I'd be a German Shepherd. So
well,
I love my
go.
Yorkies to death. And the only reason I do not have a German Shepherd like I did in the past is because of my allergies. But that was always my all-time favorite large dog. So I do miss having them, and they're just awesome dogs. And protect their family and whatever, you name it. They're smart, they're strong, they're beautiful. So, yeah, maybe I'll come back as a German Shepherd one day.
Pam, do you mind if I take the mic for a moment?
Go ahead.
I would like, on the behalf of all of us and all of our listeners out there, to shine a light on our co-host, Candice, who paid it forward today by taking an exclusive VIP ticket that she had for Steve Burton and Laura Wright event and giving it to someone who is having a bit of a moment in life. And we here are all about the soap positivity, and we're all about the pay it forward. So when one of our own team members does it, we'd like to shine a light. Congratulations, Candice. You definitely made us very proud today.
Thank
Check her out.
you.
You'll know what we're talking about.
And before you go into your speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have one.
Oh my goodness, we have sound effects too.
We got sound effects.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just say this real quick. Anybody who knows me knows I have a big heart. Like, I will try my best to help anybody out in a situation. When it comes down to soap events, if anybody follows me on social media and hears me on this show, I always say if there's a soap event nearby, go. Have fun. I know that money is a huge issue for a lot of people. And that's why I have to give it up to General Hospital Fantasy Events, Coastal Entertainment, because they make it convenient for you. But there are times where the world is like, no, not today. You're not doing it. And one of my friends that I've known for a long time, without going into detail, has come in with bad luck. But they are really a big Steve Burton fan, like, literally, like, loves him, okay? So I was like, okay, do I go and get her a picture or let her enjoy the experience and I get a picture? So literally like 4 hours ago, I literally gave my ticket to that person. So they should be right now sitting down, getting something to eat, and getting ready to see Steve Burton and Lil Wright. So
that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
We are very proud of you for paying it forward and having such a heart of gold.
Well, I think the world needs more people like me. I'll be a little vain, but I just feel as though everybody needs.
Yes,
I'll
you're
just
correct.
Be a little vain. Like, just kind of pay it forward. You may not have a lot, but if you have something to offer, you don't know how big that offer is to somebody else. And like I said, it wasn't, the ticket with the photos and everything, but at least she's going to be there. So that means the world to somebody. And, I just felt like, go ahead, girl, have fun, get dressed up, see your Steve Burton. Go ahead, see Laura Wright in her little scooter.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you again for doing that, Candice. I'm sure she appreciates it. So, to get started, of course, I told you guys I took some notes. So we're going to start with the Bold and the Beautiful.
Yes,
and the first thing I want to say is who cringes each time Thomas attacks his son? I really, honestly don't know how much more I can take of that.
Yeah.
You're going to miss that.
Candy Girl?
Probably would have.
Here's the thing. With Thomas, first and foremost, Matthew Atkinson is doing a great job of playing creepy Thomas. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are just like feeling, he is doing a great job. The thing is that even though it's cringeworthy to watch, this is what soaps should still do, push the envelope a little bit.
Shock TV.
Shock viewers. The thing is that I'm going to say a year ago, they kind of did sort of something similar on General Hospital that, fans were kind of like cringeworthy. Because this is, Bold and Beautiful, this is Thomas, the son of Ridge and Taylor, it's like, oh my gosh, like, what is he doing to Douglas? Yes, he's emotionally also abusing that child. Yes, he is.
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's like this is a part of the story. This is the part where we're now getting maybe to the root of what's going on with Thomas. For him to go after his own son, it's hard to watch, but it's like, it's just, you there's no words because you don't know how far this is going to go or if it's going to go that far. And I think that's what, this is the part of the story where it's like, all right, Thomas has really gone off the deep end because he's emotionally abusing his child and he's about to do,
Well, I'm going to step in here.
You know what it is? It's all because it involves a child. I understand that the child probably knows in real life that this is play acting, but still, I just think about as a mother, would my child be affected by that if my child was that actor?
I recently listened to an interview with Anika, and she actually went through how much preparation that they've done with Douglas, with the actor playing Douglas, how, they're setting up play dates, they're going through the scripts line by line and trying to make him understand, how this story is being told, why it's being told. So I do think that they're doing everything they can to buffer the fact that this is some harsh. We've never seen this in daytime with a child this age. I agree with Candice.
That's the city, so young.
Yeah, I agree with Candice. I think the story does need to be told, and I want to give the Bold and the Beautiful credit for a bunch of things right now. The first being, a lot of people, myself included, complained about how long it was dragging out. How many conversations did we need to hear? When is Hope going to know? Somebody can't tell Hope, oh, my God, my father's going to be in trouble. I mean, ad nauseum. But the payoff on that storyline has unfolded in so many dimensions and directions. Kudos to them. Kudos to the Bold and the Beautiful for having the wherewithal to pick child actors. Hands down, best of the four remaining soaps as far as child actors are concerned. Hands down for acting across the board in this whole storyline. Really, Matthew was doing an incredible job being creepy. Anika, Jacqueline, obviously, Scott, everybody. There's not a single person right now who's not bringing their A game. The one caution that I really, hope that Bold and Beautiful is paying attention to is look at how well the payoff came for the story you told. So we all know Thomas ate the berries back in the day. If that's the reason that this is all going down now, that's fine. Don't give him a brain tumor. Don't buy him of this without some sort of consequence and without some sort of public service letting everyone in the town, knowing what happened and having something positive and consequential to say. If you're going to put our hearts through it and a child through that as far as the acting is concerned, the payoff better be worth it. Don't give this boy a brain tumor, and suddenly he's going to be, the shining, happy, wonderful father again.
Right, and that was one of the things I was going to ask you guys about. Do you think that all of the people that knew the secret about the baby switch will go to jail, or do you think Thomas will end up at least institutionalized? And again, no brain tumor. I mean, there's got to be a consequence. There really has to be, at least with him. And, of course, Flo's father, which I think will happen off screen, but I think that needs to be done. And the other ones need to pay a consequence of some kind, maybe not jail, because that would be half the cast.
Would.
But they have to pay in some regard. And it's already started with Flo as far as I loved when Hope smacked her upside her head. She should have did it more than once.
That was the slap that ricocheted on the Richter scale in L.A. Yeah,
right?
That slap was so long awaited. Honestly, at this point, I would be okay with a dream sequence, fantasy sequence, kind of what would happen if they all did go to jail, and then, some sort of kind of fallout after that. Because, like you said, they can't put half the cast in jail. But in real life, there would be some damning consequences to everyone involved.
Oh, definitely. And that dream sequence, that could come from Bill's thoughts. Thank God Dollar Bill is finally back on our screen. And you know that he wants revenge as much as Ridge does. But Dollar Bill doesn't really have, he doesn't have to hold back as far as thinking things, because the only one he's going to be looking out for is his family. So as far as Thomas is concerned and Flo and all the rest of them, I think he could be thinking some really good thoughts or dream something that we could really get into.
or
get behind.
Have Thomas go into some sort of delusional kind of, and lure Susan Flannery out for 3 days worth of filming, an ode to Bold and Beautiful, iconic, lure her out and have her just rip to shreds everybody in a dream fantasy sequence.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
I would say I would probably be okay with the dream sequence, but because where we're at with this story, it would kind of take away from. I mean, this isn't like Quinn daydreaming that she killed Katie. You know what I'm saying? Like in that story arc, it was something completely different. With this story, like the consequences, okay. And I was thinking about this. Zoe can go to jail for 6 months or be on probation for 6 months. because of what she was doing to help her father. Okay. Flo, yeah, trial. That would be a court date. Sorry, because really, you actually in the thick of it, girl. Thomas, this is where Bold and Beautiful is going to get. Is okay. This is where I think Bold and Beautiful is going to get. In order to save Thomas, because a lot of people have said on social media Thomas is ruined. And again, I always say this: please know your history about the character before you say it, because Thomas is no saint. Okay.
Nope.
This is a couple. Thomas has been doing a lot of stuff before this all came out. Even though they didn't really play on it, I think Brooke said it last week where she was like, Thomas has done a lot of things in the past too. Like, thank you. With Thomas, he's reminding me of Sly. You remember Sly, Anthony, on Bone and Beautiful?
I sure do.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like yeah. Remember Sly?
Yeah.
The one that forced himself on justice. Yeah. The thing is, that's where I want them to kind of have Thomas, is that you don't need a tumor, like you guys said. I'm praying that they don't. I don't even want them to say he's bipolar.
That's why the rise of this secondary arc of the storyline has been pushed so to the forefront so hard, is to redirect our attention so that we're not waiting for the jail payoffs for the characters that done wrong. Now we're divested in saving Douglas and possibly saving Thomas, along the way. So we're going to forget all that went down the last year as far as how many people knew, how long they held this, and how they should be held accountable for. And I'll go down that rabbit hole with you, Bold and Beautiful, if you do this storyline right. If you give us a payoff that sparks conversation in the community about, I'm a big proponent. If you look at my Facebook and all my different soap pages and everything out there, I'm a big proponent of, if you see something, say something. And it's not just about the bag that's stuffed under the subway seat. It's about your neighbor. Your neighbor's berating and belittling their child. Well, you know what? We're a community. Say something.
Right.
Say something. And hopefully that's what their storyline, that's where they're going with their storyline. I pray that's where they're going with their storyline.
And I pray that with Thomas, okay, there are so many things that we could say was a trigger. Keep in mind, that's going to be my key word tonight, trigger. That could trigger Thomas to lash out. Use of history. Bold and Beautiful writers. Now, you know that Thomas has dealt with a lot growing up and into his manhood regarding his family. What happened with Caroline and Ridge and Douglas, that could have been a trigger of him taking no more crap from people, that he had to buff himself up a little bit mentally to be a stronger person, to overpower people. You can actually do this storyline, because I was thinking of, Ben Reardon Ben Reed on Gone Light. He was somebody that did not have a tumor, and this is why I'm saying, we're all saying this, that we hope that they don't do a tumor storyline, because out of the 4 soaps that's remaining, 3 of the shows did a tumor to correct the wrong on some of these characters. Do not do look. Please don't say that the boy is bipolar, because I was hoping that
Vincent Irizarry was going to come in as the uber psychiatrist and bring all of these people back to where they need to be. And Thomas he was shuffled from household to household. How many different stepmothers? How many different stepfathers? How much did this
he was
boy
kept from
see?
His child.
Kept from his child.
With Douglas.
He was drugged up by the berries and slept with his stepmother. He then fell in love, supposedly, the love of his life, with her daughter. Okay, that kind of popped up out of nowhere. But we'll forgive that. He was married. Every woman that he's gotten has basically landed in somebody else's lap at some point. So that therapy material, we could milk a whole year's worth of therapy out of just Thomas's life.
Right, his father.
I say give him shock therapy.
Well,
let's see him get zapped a couple times.
And And not only that, but it could be something, because we don't know all that went down with him and Caroline when they were away off screen.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could be something that traumatic, like something finally broke him. Like you said, everybody that Thomas has relied on some way, somehow, has disappointed him. So what if Caroline did something? Maybe she slept with, I don't know, somebody, and really broke Thomas. And in order for Thomas to keep Caroline, he had to do something, maybe drug her, which caused the blood clot. Like, Bold needs to be like, boom, boom, boom. Like, it can't just go back. And I'm hoping that Bold doesn't do that. Like, okay, you got us this far, don't backpedal. Because they do have a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, like Pam said, it's good to see Dollar Bill back on screen. It's good to see that now that the baby storyline has broke, we're getting flashes of more of the sidebar characters. Again, a lot of us are pissed off and kind of wanting to know what happened with Rick and Maya. Where is Pam and Charlie? All right, maybe not as much Pam and Charlie, but there's it's time to unfold the rest of the cast into something other than one note storyline. It worked. Right. And it worked beautifully, Bold and the Beautiful, even though it was a little tiresome towards the middle stretch. But it worked, and it worked beautiful for you. Now, use the payoff. Everybody in town has got something going on. Use it. Entice us. Uh-huh. Keep us watching.
Yeah. Well,
before we go on any longer, Carolyn is having problems staying connected because she keeps getting alerts about the hurricane coming her way, and she doesn't know how to shut it off on her phone. So if anybody knows how to do that, can you let her know in the chat, please? I have no clue how to do that.
Let's take this moment to pray for everyone in the path of the hurricane.
Yeah. So otherwise she's going to have to miss tonight because her call keeps dropping because of the alerts. So if you know how, let her know. If not, then we will miss you tonight, Carolyn. But we understand you need to keep safe, and you got to keep getting those warnings. So as far as the Bold and the Beautiful, I really don't have any other notes. Anybody else have anything else?
I do. I have something.
I think the slap bear's worth repeating one more time. That was the slap we were all waiting for.
Yeah,
you got that applause on pause? Can we get that applause again?
Yeah. Give that applause again.
There we go. Hold on.
There we go.
Okay. All right, David, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I was thinking, you think there was a lot of resentment going on behind the scenes with Thomas and Carolyn when she found out that she was faking her illness and he just stayed with her to be with Douglas. He did mention that they weren't in love with each other. They were good co-parents, but maybe deep down there was a resentment that he couldn't come back and be with Sally.
If the storyline had taken that direction and he came back looking to get back with Sally, there'd be so much to play off that beat. But the manufactured love of his life, obsession with Hope, kind of destroyed the legitimacy of them playing the beats of that part of it. And the only way that something like that's going to work again is with a serious mental illness diagnosis. And he ate berries again, or he walked in on Caroline and Ridge having one last trip to New York and he snapped. It's got to really come in some sort of legitimate form.
Right.
And dare I say, I really, I hate to bring this idea up, but it almost feels as though the shades that they're writing are, when this is all said and done, somewhere in his adult brain, he's trying to toughen Douglas up because Douglas is destined to live the same kind of life that he led. So he's going to toughen Douglas up before life can beat him the way life beat him, meaning Thomas.
Well, I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's always a possibility. You know, we don't know what goes on in the minds of the mentally ill. Anything is possible.
Right.
Yep.
So,
where are we going next,
moving. We're going to Y&R. And the first thing I want to say is Red was seeing red when she found out Chelsea double-crossed her with the Grand Phoenix. But Phyllis doesn't realize her conniving ways will get her nothing. I mean, it hasn't been proven so far, you know, at least in the recent past. I don't know what it's going to take for her to realize that, because now she wants to go up against Victor.
Okay. I'm
Go
going
ahead,
to jump
Anthony.
right there, and I'm going to say one thing positive, because there's not much at the moment, is I am glad that they're writing the Phyllis that they were writing 10 years ago with a little bit more edge to it. But this is the Phyllis that used to be. I love Gina. I love the Phyllis that she portrayed. And I love where Phyllis was before Michelle Stafford left. But that's not the core. That wasn't the core of who we knew and who we loved as Phyllis.
Right.
I don't think that kind of character, if you look at soap history and you look at Annie from Guiding Light, if you look at Margaret from One Life to Live, that kind of character doesn't learn it. They don't learn their lessons. They're doomed to repeat their mistakes over and over and over again. And, you know, and Phyllis is not a one-note character.
Yeah, but has she really been this bad? I mean, as far as, you know, all she's thinking about is herself. All she wants is revenge. All she wants is money. All she wants is, you know, she doesn't care who she steps on, even her own child. I mean, I don't remember her being this bad.
Well, she didn't care who she stepped on back in the Danny and Cricket days. You know, it was her friendship with Michael that kind of pulled her out of being the pure, you know, bitch, for lack of a better word, that pulled a little bit more humanity into her.
But
and then when she gave
her
birth,
own child,
she's used her own child before in her schemes as well. You know, don't forget she's got an adult son out there that doesn't live in the town because he went through how much with Phyllis and his own life.
That's
but
true.
you know, she used her own son multiple times. She used the paternity of Summer how many times to, you know, further her agenda. This isn't a new Phyllis. This is Phyllis back to, you know, the core of what she used to be. You know, that whole we're all friends and we're going to cover up the murder together and let's empower women. It never sat right with me, and I'm not saying anything that I haven't said in podcasts prior. It never sat right with me. Phyllis wasn't the one. You know, and neither at that time really did I think Sharon was the one, but definitely Phyllis.
I'm sorry, who's the Sharon you talk about? Who's Sharon? What? Who? Sharon?
Yeah, poor,
who's Sharon?
Poor Sharon.
Who?
We never know who she is.
Who's 2013 Sharon is back? Oh, stop playing. What? How have I not missed her? Okay. Let me just
look
say
at
that.
all the people that she has messing with her life, and now Adam, you know.
No.
See,
this is what. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When Josh Griffin came back to Young and the Restless, the first thing I said was on all social media, podcasts, you know, is for them not to mess with Sharon. If anything, Sharon's growth has been the positive highlight of Young and the Restless in the last couple of years.
5 years.
And
I
now,
totally agree.
Amen.
Yep.
And now we've taken her back to 6 years ago, almost. And I feel as though, as a Sharon fan, I'm pissed. Because I'm like, okay, I get it. You and Adam, you know, even though they didn't really play it with Justin Hartley, because I'm hearing that a lot, that they didn't really play on the Adam and Sharon friendship. Okay, that's fine. there's a lot of things they didn't do in the last couple of years that I noticed and didn't say. But the one thing about Sharon is Sharon was on equal level field with a Phyllis, with a Nikki, with a Victoria. She didn't really take and, be all, no offense, Sharon fans, but let's call it out. This discombobulated. Right now, it's like, okay, Sharon, do you want to be old Sharon or you want to be new Sharon? Josh, what do you want to give us? Do you want to give us a character that had character development, or are you going to take her back to fit your mold? Because if we're going to do that, then let's just go through the Pratt and Phelps years too. And
let's call a spade, Candice. There's a reason why Josh was, let go the first time around. And if you're trying to write the same show that you were writing when you left, it's not going to go over.
3 times? But here's the thing. I feel as though, like, okay, when I'm looking at Young and the Restless, like, case in point, with Phyllis. Okay, I'm going to take Phyllis. The one, before I get on to my rant, the one positive thing I can say about Phyllis is that Phyllis, no matter who, Michelle or Gina, Michelle again, has, to me, still played the Phyllis. She had some growth, some maturity, but she was still shady on the side, okay? And the thing about Victor is, all right, we all know what Victor did to Phyllis with Marco. And we know that Phyllis hadn't recovered from that. And we know that there is times when Phyllis goes up against Victor, that is just must-see. Because it's like, ooh, would Phyllis be the one?
Yep.
But Victor is going to win at times. However, there's times where, depending on the situation, Phyllis and Victor are eye to eye. They see each other. They feel each other. The mutual respect is there. And, of course, when they go against each other, it's like, all right, let's see what you're going to bring, Phyllis, because you never cross a Newman. You never cross a Newman. I think, Anthony, at this point with Young and Restless, I think that's my only highlight. It's Phyllis versus Victor.
I kind of hate to agree with you, but right now, there was a tremendous chemistry between Celeste and Jack, Ava LaRue.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge missed opportunity that they did not beg this woman, that they did not throw everything that they had at her to stay on. I mean, that.
Don't put me account.
Flabbergasted at how well that played, and I was like, oh my God. And I loved the interaction between Celeste and Phyllis. There was so much to play with that.
Yeah, I like that too.
So much to play with that. One thing that is also highlighting to me is I feel shades of creepy Michael Baldwin coming back. And if they do that right as well, I'll enjoy that. I really will. Christian LeBlanc, is at his best when he's wrestling with his demons and which side, his good or his dark angel, is going to take control. And if they're going there, I will be very pleased with that as well. Other than that, I'm kind of disappointed in the Young and the Restless right now.
Okay, let me just say this. All right, yeah, I totally agree about Celeste and Jack. I want Celeste, Jack, Phyllis triangle. If there's some way we can get Eva LaRue to stay, because that is the reason I was so anticipated about Eva LaRue, because I kept saying, please let Eva LaRue and Peter Bergman share a scene together. And for all my children fans, you understood where I was coming in at, because, I mean, I've only seen clips of Peter Bergman from, YouTube on, and of course, Dr. Maria Santos. And like I told people, they never share scenes together. So I wanted to see the chemistry. And I saw it when they introduced each other to each other. And I was like, oh my God, please give Michelle Stafford in this. And I'm like, oh my God, this will be a great story. This will be, it will repair how I feel about how Lola's summer storyline don't get started. But I just want to see a mature relationship on the show, right? All right. You said about Michael. Yes, here's one thing. Josh loves writing for Michael and Lauren. I'm glad to see Michael and Lauren getting some airtime. I do want to see, Michael kind of going back. However, I'm like looking at Josh. I feel like I know Josh. I'm like, okay, you're giving us a Michael storyline at what cost? Because I have a feeling that they're going to try, with Michael going into the dark side, it's going to separate Michael and Lauren. And this is where I keep telling fans, okay, context clues. Watch for context clues.
Yep.
A couple of months ago, who was Lauren spending time with in Los Angeles? Even though she could have saw Eric Forster, but she was with Jack.
Right.
So could that have been, a sign of, okay, if we do this, is Lauren going to go to Jack? That's how I'm feeling with Young and Restless right now. It's like, just pull the bit out from under me. Like, just go ahead and do it. Just like, rip the Band-Aid off of me. Still.
Candice,
right.
Come back to us. You're far away from the mic.
Yeah, it's really getting hard
hear
to hear you. Yeah.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I feel as though with Young and the Restless, I'm their cheerleader, I guess a lot of people say. I enjoy the show, but I don't recognize it anymore. I know there's people that I know in the show, but I'm all over the place with the story. I feel as though it's 2013 or even that 2009, and if it was 2009, I would like Guy Light back. I don't know what else to say. There's certain storylines on Young and the Restless that I'm just like, okay, Victor being sick. Yeah, Eric Braden and Melanie Thomas Scott are bringing it, but a couple of years ago, he had epilepsy.
Yeah. Well,
I have to say in today's episode that Victor looked a lot healthier and stronger when he was going back and forth with Phyllis. And so I'm hoping that means that the storyline is going to continue where he gets cured and we get back the Victor that we know. As I said before, it's been nice seeing him be different, see the softer side of him for a while, but we need the real Victor back.
Yeah. I'm going to address the elephant in the room as far as Jennifer City is concerned. Billy, Devon, and that whole mess. I'm almost at hurl point, and I want to throw that to Candice because I know you got something to say, girl.
I'm heated.
Billy and Devon?
Yeah, with Devon. So if you guys, pay attention to Soap Opera Digest, the spoiler came out that, and it's on the cover, that there's bad news for Devon. And apparently it's regarding Catherine's will, which was done 6 years ago. Okay, I just pointed that out. Speculations are that they're going to say that Devon wasn't supposed to inherit the money. Okay, that's the rumor, is that it's going to be about finances. Okay, let me just clarify something real quick. Young and Restless, please hear us when we say this. If you go ahead and recon Catherine's will, you're really going to irk some fans, because if there was a problem, you've waited 6 years, and I get it, there could have been an error, but again, it's been 6 years. I just feel as though this part of the story, now, if you do this, there better. I don't even think there's going to be an explanation good enough, because I still remember the scene when Neil and him was in the spa room, and Devon had said to Neil, Catherine, I went to Catherine's will reading, and Neil said, well, what did she leave you? And Devon said, $2 million. 6 years has gone by. So, Young and Restless, what are you doing? I can't with this. It's like, what?
Yeah,
and then
it doesn't make sense.
That's Young and Restless right now. And then you have the Billy thing. Oh, God. Okay. So thing in the soap opera that was that Billy is going to, spoiler alert, have DID. Okay. Let me
and
channel
you know how
my
I
William J.
feel about that. I don't want that. You know, some time ago I mentioned to you guys, and I don't know who saw it in the chat or not, but I mentioned that, you know, it's possibly Chloe that's doing this to Billy because she wants him to, you know, get rid of Adam, and she's using Billy to do it, make him nuts and think, you know, be irrational and try to kill Adam. I'd rather have that storyline than have another DID.
Well, okay. So
here's the deal.
Okay.
They want desperately to reopen and then resolve
the Delia,
which there was no need to reopen it. We grieved.
It really
wasn't.
Grieved
hard. You know, that would be like them. That would be like General Hospital coming back with something and saying, "Oh, BJ never gave her heart to Maxie." What they're setting up is DID and Billy actually ran over his own daughter and then split his personality and buried it away so that he didn't have to remember he killed his own daughter. And Young and the Restless, don't do it.
No.
Do not do this.
Now,
do not do this.
Let me jump in and say this, a couple of things. One, everybody is saying this is the first time a man has done it. No, we know that before Tony Gary, there was an actor named Terry Lassner who was Jack on Young and the Restless, who actually did who did the storyline on As the World Turns many moons ago. One. Two, again, like everybody has been saying, the point of reopening Delia's death is really pointless unless Josh is going to go through with it and actually have it where either, Billy did it, or they're going to reopen it for us to find out that Nikki Newman did it. If y'all remember the storyline, y'all remember Nikki was on the road.
There were 3 drivers.
There was 4 drivers on the road that night. And not only that, but Young and the Restless is set, and I'm sorry, CBS. I am so sorry to say this, but it's true. You're trying to redeem Adam in every way possible for the viewers to say, I love Adam. And that everybody has always come down on Adam so much. Yes, that's true. But look, this is like, I'm upset because, one, I feel as though, and it's funny, I said this before I saw that spoiler. This should have been Victoria's storyline. The fact is that a year ago, a couple of months ago, JT abused and assaulted Victoria, and we really didn't see not a payoff, but a continuation of the story with Josh at the helm, okay? We've seen her going away, trying to forget and whatnot when she went to Vegas. We've seen that she was going to therapy. She's taking medications. Okay. With Billy and Delia, look, we've all had experienced loss in our lives, right? And there's certain things that will trigger memories, okay? Last week at Lola and Kyle's wedding, Billy said that he had to leave because he will never get a chance to walk Delia down the aisle. Trigger, okay? Seeing Adam with his children is a trigger that Billy will not have. You did not have to do this, Young and the Restless, because now here's where you're going to catch yourself, Josh. When did this exactly start? Now, if you go back to Delia's death and all that, then everything that Billy has done since then, we're going to question if it was DID or not. Him sleeping with Summer, was that DID? Him screwing off Victor and was that DID? You can't do the storyline if you don't have but on the flip side, let me say this. On the flip side, if done right, Jason Thompson will do it.
He's the one to do it. Absolutely.
This is around the time where daytime actors and actresses in the shows needs to start getting prepared for the Emmy reels. And Jason Thompson is a bona fide person that should have already had an Emmy by now. I'm just saying. It's just with the Young and the Restless. Like, Anthony, I think we're both kind of just lost at words that they're doing it.
Well, you're not the only ones. I mean, there's me and David too.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, right now we're kind of just like hung on to the fact that one, I mean, I get it. You can have post-traumatic stress that builds up, but a DID storyline, okay, like that's starting to become into the category of bipolar.
No more brain tumors.
Right, and it's like you couldn't think of anything else. And like they did say something about Chloe, was behind it. Now here's the thing: as much as I, love seeing Elizabeth, on the show as Chloe, I'm like, okay, the whole vendetta against Chloe and Adam, I get it, but you really use Billy when actually, Younger the Restless, you set it up where you could have had Chance Chancellor do the dirty work for Adam because Adam has something on him. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping, right, Candice?
Yeah, because they kept mentioning Chance's name all the time. So it's like, Adam, bailed Chance out. So what if Adam, to repay Adam, Chance would do whatever Adam has something bigger to blackmail him with. I can't with Younger the Restless anymore. I can't. And
well, here's something that I think you can, because I know I can. How great is it to see Eileen Davidson back?
Yes.
It's very nice.
Absolutely.
I love seeing Eileen. With the storyline of Ashley and Jack merging, okay. I mean, yay, okay. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you wanted, like Ashley being the person behind all that stuff last year with Jack's paternity and her doing her own business, and now she's like, well, I think it would be better because da-da-da-da. I'm just like, okay, all right, family unity, okay. That is
I hate to say it, but the only way that this would actually pay off, and God forgive me, but the only way that this would really pay off, it's time for them to kill Dina. And you gave Tracy a cute little storyline, and what? Now we're going to put her back on the shelf for a year and a half? Seriously.
Yeah, not a lot of continuation in some of these things, and some of these things are continuing far too long and being brought back from the past that doesn't need to be. All right, well, I think... Oh, did I blink and miss that Anna left? I mean, I know that I heard mention of it from Devon, but what did I miss? What did I miss?
Go ahead, Anthony, because I can't with this.
It wasn't big. It wasn't big.
Okay.
It's just that Jack got ill on tour, and she went to go look after him, and that was it.
Right, but I mean, if it was
honey, that was it.
Did I miss the goodbye? I don't understand what happened there.
Okay, I'll break it down to you in the way that Anthony will be very proud of me for it. Okay, scene. I'm coming to pack my bag. I'll be with you in just a moment. The three of them sit down. Elena, Devon, and Anna. They're like, "Do you want us to come with you?" No. I appreciate everything that you really did. I love you guys. Extra hugs. The end.
Bye. Yep, that was it.
That was it.
Okay.
So it's not just me then, because I don't know. For some reason I just thought she would say, I'm going to leave for a little while. I'll be back, or something. I must have blinked. I'm sorry. I blinked.
No, you didn't blink, because the thing was that if you didn't know better, you would think that she was going to go and come right back. It wasn't until behind the scenes when Lauren had posted on Instagram, "It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday," that fans were starting, including myself, was like, "Wait a minute, hold up," because something didn't add up. It was just like,
okay, I didn't even see that. So she is gone then.
No, she's gone.
Oh my Lord!
Because like I said, you heard what I said. Creatively, or in the previous chat, I said, creatively, because she said that they told her creatively they couldn't write for her, that they had investments in other storylines. That was straight from Lauren's mouth on social media. She had a farewell video. The scene with Devon and them was her final scene. That was it.
Oh, wow. Now, they could have, that is just crazy to say that they couldn't write for her creatively, because there was so much more they could have done with her. And she was, just getting it together with Tess and what's her name, the girlfriend?
Yeah, Mariah. Theo.
Mariah. They were getting their business going and everything, and now all of a sudden Mariah is the head of the power thing.
Yeah.
It's so scattered. It is so very scattered at this point. I want to ask the three of you guys. I'm sorry, Carolyn can't get back. The news broke last week for sure about Nichelle. And that's one big major mistake that they want to fix. But can I get some thoughts?
About Michelle.
I'm sorry, Anthony. There was noise going on here, and I had to mute you for a second. What did you ask? I'm sorry.
The news broke for sure last week about Nichelle coming back to YNR, which was a huge mistake, and we all know behind the scenes why she left. And so now I'm curious to know what you guys think. How are they going to work this, and can the mistake be rectified in a way that will satisfy the viewership?
You know what? I don't know. I don't have a whole. We don't know that.
Say that again.
That's what I'm saying.
Say that, David.
Yeah. Is she? Do we know how she's coming back?
No, that's what I'm asking. What do you guys think?
No, right, exactly. I can't even guess at this point, other than to bring this twin thing or whatever around. I really don't. Unless they do a Rolf thing and say somebody brought her back from the dead and she never died, or what. I don't know. I can't see a way to bring her back as Hillary. She's going to have to come back as somebody else.
She might have to. I can come up with some certain scenario, but it's not kosher enough. It's not kosher enough to.
I've got one scenario that would work, because quite frankly, I think that the character of Hillary was so defined and so well loved and hated, and so instrumental across the canvas that you can't bring her on as another character without a lot of backlash. The only thing that would work is a Helena Cassadine kind of bait and switch at the very end, and Hillary actually didn't die. Because then the Young and Restless is not bringing anyone back from the dead. I don't think. And if they do, But if they pull off a bait and switch, I might be okay. Now, we know, Candy Girl, this is your show, so what do you feel?
I feel as though she's not coming back as Hillary. I'll be blunt and rip off the Band-Aid. I feel as though, Young and Restless, you said about backlash if they bring her on as a new character. Well, this is what happens when, we fans are very passionate, as we all know. And the one thing everybody said was Michelle Morgan needs to come back. Michelle Morgan needs to come back. Okay, Young and Restless, CCS, Sony, listen. They're bringing Michelle back. They didn't say she's going to be Hillary, though. We don't know who she's going to be at this point.
Well, let me interrupt there, because I think there's fans like me that didn't want her back only because how are you going to bring her back as Hillary? It's impossible.
Well, but see, here's the thing. That's just like General Hospital fans when they wanted Natalia Livingston to come back as Emily, and they brought Natalia back, but she was Rebecca Shaw.
Rebecca.
She was Hillary.
Yep.
she was Hillary, she was Emily's twin, that, they made up this whole backstory, which made no sense. And I was like, okay. The thing is with Young and the Restless, creatively, if they can come up with a story to say that Hillary's mom had twins, but that would be kind of shadowing Sharon and Cassie and Mariah. If they was to say that Hillary's mom gave up a twin, if they can say that she's a character, now here's another backlash that might happen. If she's just a character that has no kind of connections to Hillary, that she's like how Days of Our Lives did with Kyle Lowder. They had him as, well, it wasn't kind of the same, but, have him on as a new face, a new character with no history to Hillary and just a fresh character, and she's just there. Michelle Morgan plays, Deanna, I don't know, some kind of name. If they bring her back as Hillary, okay, I did a lot of soul searching for this. We all saw her die, okay?
We did.
Unless they, and by they, Nate, because everybody was pointing to Nate for this. That when they were getting ready to unhook all the monitors and stuff, they saw a heartbeat on the monitor, and they paid close attention to it. And they said, don't tell the family because we don't want to give them false hope. They took her to Texas to monitor her heart. She was in a coma. She woke up. She had a brief memory loss. They worked with her. She decided not to come back to the GC. And now all of a sudden the will, like Catherine's will, being recon, she comes back. I don't know how Young and the Restless is going to spin it. By the way, Young and the Restless, if you want to use my story, I need a check first. Okay. And we all heard it on this podcast first, so you can't say that you had it creatively first because I came up with it for you. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy Michelle is back. Sony, where did you get this money from now? Is it because you cut my Peter Parker? Is that what it is? My Spider-Man? I don't know. I'm happy, but I'm not happy because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, like I said, I have a feeling executive producer-wise, it's like, okay, we brought back Michelle Morgan. The fans should be happy. But the fans will be happy to know, is she going to play Hillary to set up the Devon, Elaine, Nate storyline, or is she going to be a new character?
Right. Well,
So
we'll just have to wait and see, and let's move on to Days. And it's funny, Anthony, you kept saying what you were saying, because my very first note for Days is how many more people are going to end up in the tunnels.
Jesus Christ, can somebody take a hammer and bang the damn doorknob off the door so that it will never lock again? I mean, seriously, how many people need to be buried alive before they just rip the door off the hinges? I mean,
I kept my mouth shut every time you said that, because I'm thinking that's the same thing I was thinking, and I'm going to wait for the show.
If anybody is ever lost in Salem again and somebody doesn't go, teacher, check the tunnels in the wine cellar, I'm going to flip out.
Right?
I just have
I did hear Stefan tell Gabby that he, when they ended up down there, that he had intentions of fixing that, but he just didn't get around to it.
I love those two.
Well, isn't the road to hell paved with intentions of fixing the locks on cellar doors? And added to us where Elizabeth's kids were stuck in Grandma Audrey's attic all those years.
Right.
But I digress. There is one piece of news that I can give you guys about Days of Our Lives. The popularity of Chad and Abby has given rise to, they are going to give us 4 more snippets.
Yay.
Oh,
yay.
Good.
That's great.
4 more Paris scenes.
That's great. I mean, everybody loves them, so we definitely need more. Now, I have been waiting with bated breath for the Kristen reveal, because I can't take the storyline much longer. People are dying. They killed off my Gilles Marini, and I am just like devastated to the max because I love that man. But, you know, her running around threatening people and getting away with it too long, and it's like repeat after repeat after repeat with this Kristen stuff. And I'm actually tired of it. You talk about bringing things back from the past and just going on and on. I'm just really tired of it. I absolutely loved, and sorry, David, if you didn't see this, but the ending today when John finally pulled the Nicole mask off her was kind of worth waiting this long. You know what I mean? I
knew it was coming.
But before that happened, okay, I'm thinking to myself when I'm watching. First, John did his speech about Marlena, how happy, how in love, he's glad that she lived, blah, 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 blah. And then he gives the floor to Marlena to do her speech. And he's leaning against the bar with Kristen, Hope, and she's telling him what's going on, and he's sitting there thinking, and he's doing all these flashbacks, and I'm thinking, rude, you're rude. Your wife is talking about you.
Yeah.
And you're doing this. He didn't hear a word she said. But then he pulled the mask off, so it was worth it.
Okay.
Oh, so I
kudos have got to be thrown out right now again to Miss Stacey Hydak. All we need is what was the male twin's name? Susan's brother?
Stan?
Thomas?
Wait a minute. See, Susan?
Oh.
I was going to say Thomas, but now I'm not sure.
Thomas.
Yeah, it was Thomas because Stan was Sammy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We need Thomas. Kudos to Stacey Hydak. Kudos to Ari, honestly, as well. Kudos to Ari.
Right.
I mean, in all of this, it's been watchable because the two of them and then everyone playing off them, including Teo, Tony, and Brady. I mean, how many more times is Brady? He is the ultimate dupe, but kudos to just everybody in all of these scenes. But it's really being held together by Ari and Stacey. I mean, amazing to take that material and bring it as good as they brought it, and that we all almost really believe. Like, it takes a minute. Like, every time that mask comes off, it's like, damn. I felt like that was Kristen in Nicole's body. Like, kudos to them for bringing those words off those pages to life. Kudos. And today's
the actors did an outstanding job. I'm just really kind of tired of it in a way because, like I said, it's been done how many times, although with not the mask on Kristen. But, when is she going to pay, too, for the things that she does? And from what I read, and I don't read spoilers, but I happen to catch this one, is that she's not going to be jailed because she's going to cut a deal for Holly.
Well, remember this. We don't know if Nicole is alive or dead, first. I believe Nicole is with Holly. Okay. Secondly, Kristen never actually killed anyone. Kristen has not actually committed murder.
No, she hasn't. But think about it. In real life, the people that coordinate the killing of somebody but don't actually do it, they're put away for the same thing, for murder.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes. Look at Bill Cosby and that big fat man, what was his name with all them? All the people surrounding it, none of them have been prosecuted, ever.
But I'm talking about murder.
The crimes are just as bad.
I know, but they don't view it that way sometimes, I guess. Who knows? But whatever. At least we're going to get Holly back from what I gather, from what I read. And no, we don't know if Nicole is alive or not, but at least that'll bring, look at what happened with, why do I forget names all the time? She started drinking again.
Maggie.
Maggie. You know, think about what a relief that'll be for her and to bring some pleasure and love back into her life. Although it was nice of her husband the other day to acknowledge her not drinking.
Yeah, I like that part.
You know, obviously it set up the storyline just when Sarah and Eric finally are going to be able to move forward. Now we don't know if Nicole is alive or dead, and that's going to put the wrench, you know, I mean, between his relationship, every relationship that this boy has had, Jennifer, Nicole, you know, every relationship that this boy has had comes back around to Nicole. And, you know,
well, I didn't think that him and what's her name was going to last anyhow. I have a feeling she's going to end up with Xander.
From your lips to God's ears, my woman, because I'm feeling the same darn thing.
Me too.
Honestly, you know, a couple of months ago we were saying that they had momentum, Jays had momentum, and they were starting to fall off. You know, I think they got it back. And from what the spoilers are telling us, it's going to be rocking and rolling right through November sweeps. And, of course, we have the incomparable, the incredible Miss Robin Strasser dropping in for 15 episodes to drive storyline.
I know, I can't wait.
Starting September 3rd, I believe. Am I right?
What'd you say, September?
September 3rd, I think she starts. Her first air date.
Okay. Yeah, she's in a 15-episode arc. There's someone else coming back from the dead in that story arc. So, you know, this is definitely. I love, just a sidebar, I love where they went with Eve, and I love that Justin pulled her back. Nobody, I think, but myself wants to see that triangle, but I like Eve and Justin. I like it the first time around, and I like it now. And anything that
I absolutely love that Teo Pengalis is back. I mean, I just adore him. He's one of my favorites, and I think that this storyline is absolutely pure comedy between him and Anna and Roman, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Of course, we know that they'll probably end up back together, but you know how it happens. I guess probably once Kristen is busted out and then he'll get a divorce. But I love him, and I don't care if he's Tony or Andre.
I'm going to be the one to say it. Leanne Anna is such a bad actress that she's actually good to watch. I mean, she's so bad she's good to watch.
I remember her from years ago.
She is not the same actress that she was years ago. I don't know what happened to that woman, but
I still like
her. I'm gonna disagree because I don't think she's a bad actress. But then again, I didn't watch her on Days back in the day, so.
Candice, baby, you real quiet there.
I love all actors. There you go.
Did Mama come in the room and you can't say nothing nice?
I got really nice quiet. Here's the thing. I've seen her, like on YouTube, and of course when she was recently, on Days, and I've seen her on Dynasty, stuff, so I can compare, the acting styles, the acting fields. And I have to kind of agree that there's something, like, it's either a lack of excitement or it's just writing-wise, yeah. I'm glad she's back on my screen, though. I do like when they, pulls back certain iconic characters, and stuff like that. But I just feel as though, like, material-wise, it's just, I think she would love to see paint dry before saying another word.
Well, moving on, I have one question. How can Brady not know that Kristen is wearing a mask? Because when Gabby
It's a
pulled
fetish.
it off, you could see the leftover glue and mask or whatever on her face. So you know it's not. How could it be made to feel like skin that much that anybody touching her face or her neck would not know that something was there?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Well, that's where,
Pam,
as soap opera fans, we have to
Right.
suspend our sense of belief.
Reality, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So we have to do the alien thing. We got to believe in aliens. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Rex and Cassie Brady were aliens at first, and we had Casey the alien on General Hospital. The world froze because of the Cassadon. It's
Yeah.
an island that
You know,
with dead people.
how many times has Danny Devane been dead and come back? How many times, Molina, I mean, half the town of Salem was dead, and they just popped up on an island somewhere having a barbecue.
Pretty much.
If you can believe in all that, you've got to believe in the mask. But
I guess.
if we take a look at Brady's history, that boy has been duped over and over. Madison, the only real solid relationship they didn't get a chance to play was him and Melanie. I loved him and Melanie.
Yeah.
But every other woman has been.
Yeah.
Melanie.
He was good for her,
Yeah.
but I guess maybe. I don't know. I liked him and Melanie.
Okay, Candice, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I'm keeping quiet on this one.
Well, I think that oh my gosh, again with the name, because we talk about all these soaps in one day and it just kind of like flies out of my head. Lauren Coslow's character, Kate. Kate needs a Kate needs love interest. Who are we going to go with? Is that hug from Roman any indication?
God, put her with Brady. He's been with everybody else, and she's been with everybody else. So put her with Brady.
No, we need somebody. We need like a Grant Alexander, Ron Reigns type person to come over to Days of Our Lives and just like be that
They
guy.
tried that with both. They tried that with both Gilles Marini and Gabby's father with A. Martinez.
A. Martinez.
And I was all for that.
I love the whole twist with Carrie and all that, but who I'd really like to see, I'd like to see Rafe and Kate revisit.
Okay,
and
I gotta go.
And pick that back up after all that they've been through.
Yeah,
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. What? Rafe and Kate? No, I mean,
that didn't work for me either, Candice.
Darn it! I need like
Sorry,
an hour
Anthony.
or something.
David, you see what I see, right? You liked them?
Rafe and Kate.
Yeah.
Possibilities.
No. Nope. I'd rather see her back with Roman.
Even that maybe.
If they're gonna visit somebody from her past, that would be one. But I mean, there's nobody else that I can think of that's actually on screen that I'd like to see Kate with.
Right. That's why you bring in
Tony.
Like Days. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Tony would be a good choice too.
Tony would be a good
choice.
But
that's why I said they can bring in a new character, but don't kill him off the first 6 months or a year. But you can have him be sort of like a Clark Garrison, like from Bold and Beautiful, or Alan Spaulding from Guy and Light. I'm going to put Guy and Light and store me in my sentences.
Yes, Rick Hurst. Yes, Rick Hurst.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Who did he play on Days? Wait a minute. Rick Hurst did play somebody on Days.
Scott Banning, David's son.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
Right. Okay. All right. We got to do. Okay.
And
well, he can come on as another
he'd be Jen's age.
Yeah, but if they could, excuse me. If they could bring Kyle Lauder back as a different character, why wouldn't they be able to bring Rick Hurst back?
Right, and that would help me out a lot. I mean, help everybody else who watch Days of who am I kidding? Y'all know Rick Hurst is my first soap star crush. So if they could bring him back,
you know who your first one was.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, just in case he's listening. Hi, but I could go for that. Now that you, somebody tweet Ron and tell him to bring that character back, even though they're going to start taping April next week. But we can make this happen.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else in Salem? That's Gabby and Stefan. Was that payoff worth it for you guys?
Oh my God, I love that.
Well, my note on that was, will Gabby and Stefan end up happily in love at least for a bit? Once all this mess is over with.
I see them as fire. They're the next Ben and Sierra in my eyes, but I see them as fire. I love them.
I like them together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon's come out of the slump, I think.
Oh yeah.
I remember you and I, Anthony, you and I were discussing that he had fallen flat a little bit prior.
Yeah. It didn't work with him and Chloe. The chemistry with Nadia just wasn't there. I like him sparring with Nicole. He's come out of a slump. I want to see him up against Kristen, up against Stacy. She can do no wrong. I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, she can do no wrong. Miss Eileen Davidson, I know you created and made that role, but quite honestly, they could not have gotten a better continuation of that character than Stacey Hydak. I am so thoroughly proud of that woman for doing what she has done.
Sometimes recast work.
Sometimes they do.
And sometimes they don't.
Please find a way to bring in Thomas. We give her one more character to play.
I could totally see it too. Oh my God.
Do you remember the scene when Kristen was Susan and Susan was Susan, and then the teeth were coming out? I mean, that's genius. She played that so beautifully.
Oh my God.
I was like mesmerized. Oh,
I love Susan.
Me too. Yesterday when we was like, she's not coming, is she? I was like, yes, please let her come. I want to see her reaction when the Nicole mask comes off. Oh, please let her be there.
Yeah.
And Brady's got to find out that wasn't Susan that came on to him.
Right.
Oh, Brady's not going to figure that out. Sonny will probably be the one to figure that out. Sonny will be the one to figure that out.
But Susan didn't even get to see the mask come off because Kristen did something with her.
Yeah,
they went somewhere.
They were sisters and.
Oh.
We don't know where Susan is right now. Is she tied up? I mean, I don't think that Kristen killed her.
Was she at the wedding? Or was she at the party?
She was there, but Kristen got a hold of her and pulled a gun on her.
Yep.
Oh.
And it was so funny when Susan was talking about dancing, and then Kristen did that little jig when she told her, everybody's going to be having a good time dancing, but now Ewan did that little jiggle thing.
I know.
Funny.
Oh
my gosh.
Well, I guess it's time for us to fly to our last city. The beautiful city of Port Charles.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the only note that I took is that I'm not crazy about the True Drew stories. Franco seems somewhat robotic as Drew, and I guess maybe that's because he's military and he's supposed to be like that, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Well, like I was telling Anthony before we went on the air, I was trying to catch up on yesterday's, but we didn't get much of yesterday because there was a lot of the news broke out because I guess there was a lot of weather-related news while I was away. So I didn't see much of yesterday's GH, so I don't know what really happened.
Okay. Well, in essence, not much. We now know a little bit of what Helena was up to. And I'm sorry, but any excuse that they can find to bring a flashback of Ghost Constant Towers on the screen, oh, thank you, gods of GH. Thank you, gods of GH. I wish that they would have made it a little more dramatic, because I mean, I've used that woman. The talent in her pinky. You know, half the cast wishes that they had the talent that she has in her pinky. You know, we're going to, it was basically the setup to say goodbye to Drew, Billy Miller. He's off to Afghanistan, never to be seen or heard from again. What did you guys think of the whole little subplot storyline of the baseball teams? Did that amuse you? Did it keep your interest, or were you like, fast forward?
No, I think it. I don't mind it. I'm open to it. I mean, if it gets them in another spot where they can interact, but to a point, if it leads to something.
Well,
yeah,
I don't mind it, but it just seemed like a weird time to put it in.
Yeah, it dropped in out of nowhere. It made no sense, and it didn't do anything to further the storyline except for showing off Liesel's crush on Jack.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my God, I love that.
Hold up, wait. ABC is releasing the baseball cards? Wait, am I reading this right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. When it gets to my turn, I'm going to say something about it because this is just adding on to my little list here. I'm just writing stuff down. Okay. Yeah, they are.
Well, and let me say that I am over the moon with happiness to have Michael E. Knight joining General Hospital.
Joining the cast. Yeah.
I have loved him since day one of watching him on All My Children and on Young and the Restless and whatever. Date with an Angel is still one of my all-time favorite movies with him, even though it was kind of corny. But it's just, I mean, Michael E. Knight. Hello.
All right, girl, we'll get him on the show. We'll get him on the show, and you can fangirl out. We'll get him to spank you the way Walt Willie was going to spank Candice.
Really? You just had to put it out there again, huh?
On who you'll play?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you asked that. Here's the thing. I'm happy that Michael E. Knight is back on daytime. I kind of was suspecting something because he did the podcast with Stephen Bradford, and I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Something's like, what's happening here?
Yes.
All right. Real talk. Can we be real? We're real on the show, so let's be real. All right. Every General Hospital fan wants Michael E. Knight to play Jeff Weber. Okay? Let me just clarify this. Because this would be perfect casting, especially with the current storyline, for Elizabeth to have her father, who is a doctor, who can probably help with this mind stuff, this memory stuff, okay? Mm-hmm. But real talk. This is General Hospital. And in the last couple of years, there's been characters who should have, could have, would have been on the show, and they weren't. They brought in a lot of new characters So let's be real. Right now, the flavor of the year is Shiloh. And they're going to give him story.
I'm tired of him.
But here's the truth.
You think his father's not dead?
Right.
Yep.
I think that Michael E. Knight is going to come on as either Shiloh's dad or they're going to have him on as a new character that isn't going to be needed because it's like all these other characters can get a father and a mother, and Elizabeth Weber has been on our canvas for 22 years, and we haven't seen neither one of her parents. So,
okay.
Again, I'm happy. I'm happy to see Michael E. Knight and his charisma. I missed it. But wait a minute. But keep in mind, ABC also have the rights to All My Children again. So could they pull one and have Tad Martin come to Port Charles?
Well,
like
they could, but what for? I mean, how would he fit in?
They can have him be a part of the police. I don't know. That's the thing with General Hospital. Sometimes nothing makes sense.
Hello?
All right, she dropped off. All right, I'm going to jump in
Candice,
and fill her space for a second. I wouldn't mind if they dumped the actor playing Neil, the one opposite Alexis, because I think Michael E. Knight and Alexis, Nancy
Lee
have
Grant?
amazing chemistry. Yeah, if they just popped him in today playing the role of Neil Flynn or Flanagan or whatever the hell his name is, will be Michael E. Knight, I'd be ecstatic. Other than that, Candice is absolutely right. He needs to come in as Jack Weber. There's been no continuation of the storyline with Rebecca, a.k.a. Hayden. And the whole, we're going to be blown out of our seats with her coming back, other than her popping up at the, it's surprise. Oh, I'm so happy for you two. I don't know what they're looking for on Spoon Island. It ain't her diamonds. There's been no fanfare, and there is nothing exciting about this return other than that. Even the scenes between her and Michael Easton have fallen so flat. So bringing back a daddy and the rivalry between the two sisters vying for the attention of their daddy, who's going to need him more and all that would be some gory storyline to tell, especially if he comes up with a cure for Franco. So I absolutely agree with, but do not bring him on as a new character. If you're not bringing him on as Jeff Weber, then dump the one that's playing Neil, because there's just no chemistry with him and anyone on screen, and pop him in and get him hot and heavy with Miss Nancy Legrand, a.k.a. Alexis.
Well, I'm not going to say no to a new character. I mean, I would love to see him as Jeff Weber as well, but I'm not going to say no to a new character because it's Michael, and I don't care who he plays. He could come in playing Santa Claus on Halloween. I don't care.
They brought on James D. Paiva and made him drop the bench. I mean, it was one of the most epic fails ever.
Yeah, that one I agree on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying, that I don't care if he's a new character. I mean, he's got to have a good storyline and not be killed off in 6 months. But I'm just saying,
He's not the one to play a mob boss or a Cassadine.
Nope.
You know what I mean? He's not the actor to play that. So, there's no room for him as a new character, is what Candice and I are saying. A mob boss rivaling Funny would be great if it was Vincent Irizarry. I mean, I've been waiting for that, or as the long-lost Cassadine. He should have been down.
I've been waiting for David Hayworth. I've been waiting for David Hayworth to come
or
to General
he came
Hospital.
Me too, yeah.
Oh, my God, yes. Revisit Anna and her daughter that never happened, according to General Hospital.
That could have been
Never once did she mention.
That could have been Sasha.
Speaking of daughters, did you catch what's her name, Hayden, talking to her daughter on the phone? I knew that child wasn't dead.
Okay.
No. Was that today?
Yeah.
That was today, yes.
That was at the end.
No, I only watched half of it so far. Oh, so she's talking to her daughter.
Yeah,
okay.
I knew she wasn't dead. I knew there was something she was hiding besides whatever she's doing with
we knew that she wasn't dead. It's to me, again, okay, this is why you need Jeff Weber. because besides the attention and whatnot, the man has grandkids that he has yet to meet. And I dare General Hospital say that that Jeff Weber has seen those kids. I dare you, because we know they didn't. And
somebody needs to bust down Grandma Audrey's attic, because he's been up there all those years, and every time the kids were at Grandma Audrey, they were visiting Jeff up there. They need to raid Grandma Audrey's house and find out how many people are locked up in that attic.
But you know what? Hold up. There's another character that they could bring back that's connected to the Weber Hardy family, and that's Dr. Thomas Steve Hardy.
No, Candice, no.
Wait a minute.
You don't want Tommy back?
Wait a minute. Let me
I do, but not
this.
Michael E. Knight. No.
No, I'm talking about the senior. Here's the thing. Okay. I need for General Hospital to really listen to the fans with this. You should have learned your lesson with James DePiva, because when they said James DePiva was coming on the show, Lord knows everybody was like, Jeff Weber. Michael Park, a.k.a. Jack Snyder from Asphalt Turns, said something on Twitter to something that Mara West said, and everybody has been saying, all right, let me just give you the whole scenario. For years, people have been saying such and such should be playing Jeff Weber, from Grant Alexander to Michael Park,
Robert Newman.
to Robert Newman. I even think some people even said Michael E. Knight back in the day. You have an Emmy Award winner, soap icon, and I do say that because whenever you saw All My Children on ABC promo boards and stuff, the ads, you saw Michael E. Knight's face. I'm just saying, okay? It wasn't just Pizzolucci. It was also Michael E. Knight.
Tad the Cad.
I mean, so iconic. So for him to come on General Hospital, this is a game change, and I will say it like that because whatever character he plays is going to tie into a storyline. Now, General Hospital-wise right now, with Frank Valentine, I see him coming on as Shiloh's dad.
Yep.
If ABC, Frank, was smart to build up General Hospital, because their ratings have not been that great, and to please a fan base that's been saying years, bring the father on. If they have him as Jeff Weber, can you imagine Jeff Weber back on General Hospital? Not only does he have he's Elizabeth and Hayden's daddy, but we got Monica up in this. We got Bobby up in this. We got General Hospital back. Like, you can bring so much history with this character. But you know what, General Hospital? It's up to you. Do you want to do the right thing, or do you want to do what's pleasing to you at this point?
All right.
I wouldn't even mind seeing him as a Quartermain. I mean, we need Quartermains.
Oh, yeah. You just signed his death wish.
Is Tamara Braun leaving or not? Is this all just fluff, or is she actually happening?
That's what I'm wondering. Is she leaving? But not only her, what's his name too? Her boyfriend,
William DeVry.
Yeah, William DeVry.
We
know he's not leaving. But is Tamara Braun leaving?
She's not
or
leaving.
Is this just?
I don't think she's
What was
leaving
that,
either.
David?
I don't think he's leaving. There's been I haven't seen anything.
He's not leaving. He has a year and a half left on the contract he signed. So he ain't going nowhere. Is Tamara Braun leaving? Do we know?
I have no idea. I have not seen anything on either one of them.
I think it was fluff for storyline saying, she was going to leave, because she's going to be a part of this whole Frank and Drew storyline. So there's no reason for her to leave. You know what I mean? Like, I think this storyline of Frank and Drew is the material for Kim, Julian, Elizabeth, Scotty, Cameron. Please let Cameron turn like his daddy. Please. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think she's leaving. She can't leave. There, I said it.
Well, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that, Franco as Drew, even though she's like she needs to get away from him, I think there's going to be a pull because of him with her, the memories of her and Drew is going to keep her there. Like, she's going to change her mind and say, no, we can't go, or whatever.
I think she's going to
That's
get
why she
baby
wants
fever
to go.
again. I think she's going to get baby fever again, and she's going to lure Franco Drew.
Oh, I thought that
into...
too, Anthony. Oh, my God, I thought that too. Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Yep. And it's going to prolong him getting his memories back. And and the only beat that wasn't played, and I'm so sorry that Billy. I mean, there's so many beats that weren't played with Billy Miller actually, but it'd have been perfect to push Drew and Elizabeth back together.
It would have been nice if Billy Miller was a part of this story. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm so sorry, Lord. So, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Wait, is that it for Billy Miller? That was it?
That's
it.
That
He's
elevator.
going on to Afghanistan. We're never going to see him again. That's it.
Him on the elevator. He got the Rick Hurst treatment, the Rick Lansing treatment. Got on the elevator and looked, and the door closed.
I missed that whole day.
And I'm sorry, General Hospital, you've been my number one my entire life, but that was some shady business, man. Shady business to send him off that way.
You don't even have him in his own story.
I'm trying not to even think about it because I get so upset that they let Billy Miller go, whatever the reason, whether it was his decision or their decision. But I'm with you guys. I mean, to just let him pick up the money and say, okay, I'll go do it and see you later, bye, and then we never see him again. Are we going to get any kind of closure? Is there going to be like he's delivering this money to whoever in Afghanistan and get blown up by an ID or whatever they call those things, those bombs or whatever?
Right.
I mean, what's going to happen? Is somebody going to shoot him for the money, or is the plane going to crash, or are we just never going to hear about Billy again?
Anna's going to come back to town, and she's going to run into somebody and go, oh, and by the way, I ran into Drew. He re-enlisted.
No. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No.
Yep.
I can see that.
Yep. If they send him off on the elevator like that, it's it. It's done. It's a wrap.
That was it.
Mm-mm.
No. It's just
okay.
It's just
I do
not
have
happy.
to say.
Go ahead.
I do have to say, besides Dr. Obrecht, almost all of the interesting characters right now happen to be in Shady Pentonville or whatever the hell the name of the person is. They need a spin-off series like Chad and Abby and Abigail. I mean, Chad and Abby in Paris. They need a spin-off series on the web of everybody up in Pentonville.
I know.
Around in
I didn't hear what you said.
I said every interesting character right now is up in
Always
Shiloh,
up there. Always
Ryan,
up there. Okay.
What's her name? Crazy Mama. Willow's mama.
Willow's mom.
All the interesting characters are up in Pentonville. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a spin-off series and show them working in the library, getting chow in the chow line.
Well, now Shiloh is blackmailing
Peter.
Hi, Peter. I was thinking Heinrich, and I couldn't think of Peter. He's blackmailing him now to get him out of jail. Otherwise, he's going to tell everybody that Peter was the brains
Elena's
behind.
boy toy?
That wasn't the boy toy. He was the brains behind all of this memory thing with Drew.
But even that falls flat because basically we all already know that. He was the doctor holding Jason hostage when Jason was mumbling and looking out the window.
Right. But that's not how it played off. That's not how it played off today because Peter's, not scared, but he's like, PO'd that Shiloh would even go there and say that, and it seems like he's going to work with him. I'm hoping it's the opposite, and he kills him off or something. Or somebody's got to kill this guy already.
I don't know.
I'm done with the Shiloh character.
They're going to redeem him. I don't know why people, the thing is that, okay, Charlotte is going to be that character because General Hospital has been doing this for years now. At first, it was, let me get the order straight. First, it was Julian. Then it was Valentine. Then it was Franco. Now it's, Shiloh as that character, that bad character who can be sort of redeemed. Hence why I think my Bowie Knight is going to play the dad.
No.
I feel as though, like, Shiloh's going to do something heroic. Maybe he does shoot Peter, okay? In many people's eyes, that probably would be the best thing, okay? But
I love Peter. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I love Peter too.
Well,
I don't like him with Maxie, but I love Peter.
I mean,
I like him with Maxie.
Okay. That's why we love this show, because we have different opinions for everything. I'm just saying. That's what
Maxie.
we love.
I want Maxie with Michael, Peter with Lulu.
Nope. I want Michael to get some brains and figure some things out first. I want Maxie to get with Nathan's lookalike. I want Lulu and Dustin to hook up until they find a Dante, and I want Serena Baldwin to come home. There you go. Is it too? That's not too much. That's not too much, Zach. Oh, and I want
Maxie to stay with Peter, but I want Dustin and Lulu together. They look like they would make a good couple. There seems to be some chemistry there.
Until Dante comes.
And what are we doing with Ava? I mean, what are we doing with Ava?
We know Kiki's coming. We know that Haley's coming back for a while.
Yeah, for the ghost appearance of Kiki. So there's no twins. People.
The dream sequence.
Yep.
The dream
sequence. She is coming back? I missed that.
Yeah, she surprised everybody on Instagram. She was like, guess where I'm at? And then she, took a picture. It was her face. And then she took another picture when you slide it, and it was General Hospital's logo in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to be coming back in Ava's dreams.
All right. Well, I guess after being with a serial killer, they can't put her with a man too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Unless they put her with Franco and Drew.
I think it would be interesting, since she, had that connection with Ryan, thinking he was Kevin, to kind of come back around with that and have her and Laura fighting for Kevin.
Yeah, I wanted that desperately, but apparently they put the kibosh on that. Okay. Now,
maybe for the meantime.
Well, maybe. Wait. What if Michael E. Knight's character is coming in for Ava?
Oh, that would be interesting too. All right, one more supposition. Do Hayden and Jax know that Nicholas is alive?
Oh, I have no idea.
You think
is
that's
that
their
what
secret?
their little secret project is all about? Because the psychic dropped the whole bomb on Laura, and there was no reason for that unless he's coming back, whichever one, and hopefully it's Tyler Christopher. But I didn't mind that little Nicholas replacement, whatever his name was in real life.
No, I didn't mind. I didn't mind him either. I didn't mind him either. But my number one pick is definitely Tyler.
Yeah.
If they were to bring back Tyler Christopher.
If they reached back into the vault and got the other Nicholas, Stephen, the one that looked a little Latin, I wouldn't mind him either. I'd love to see what he looked like now.
Steve Martinez.
He has some issues. He has some issues right now. He's unavailable. He's unavailable. We'll talk later, Anthony.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't. Now let's go back to Tyler. If they was to bring back Tyler, then I need for General Hospital to pick back up on the Nicholas and Ava. Because I really enjoyed Tyler Christopher and Mara West before Tyler left.
Yeah. I really
do.
Although, and I will say this till the end of
too.
time, if they bring Tyler back someday, I want them to play with the Nick and Nicholas and Carly, that they flirted with us for a brief little moment and then dropped it like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas and Carly.
Yes.
No.
They went there. Yep,
they went there.
The
chemistry was great.
No.
The chemistry was great.
No.
And I need
I don't
the real
like
Nicholas,
it.
and I need a
I
real
don't
Nicholas
remember it.
return to General Hospital promo. I want them to have the real Prince is back, and I want y'all to do that if they get Tyler Christopher back, and he's better. Sweeps is coming up, so you know. Oh my God!
Yeah.
That would be a good
No,
promo.
I definitely need to see more Nicholas and Ava, but not Nicholas and Carly. No, I can't with that.
Is anybody excited about the upcoming renuptials?
Oh, with
Guess
Carly,
not.
with Carly and Sonny. I mean,
Well, supposedly.
I mean, first of all, General Hospital is going all out because they got pictures in Entertainment Weekly and stuff. So, and you know, TV
Yes.
Insider.
It's for a reason.
Well, first of all, it's a kickoff to Sweet. That's what one. Let's be real about it. That's General Hospital's one part. I hope it's not the whole thing about Sweet. We know that something's going to be with the baby, right? Because it collides with something with baby.
Maybe she'll go into labor at her renewal, her vow renewal.
Yeah.
She might.
I don't want. I mean, okay. I've seen a lot of people say this on social media. How like, okay, Carson, is not. They're really pimping Carson to be the sort of the new iconic couple of General Hospital. Well, the truth of the matter is that they're already an iconic couple on General Hospital, so they don't need to. I don't know. I'm kind of. I get it unless there's a bigger purpose.
And I don't think that there needs to be a bigger purpose. Why not? I mean, everybody eventually has a vow renewal, it seems like. And why not do it? I mean, especially when you're going to have another child and renew your vows, and they know that there's something wrong with this child, and they're just reinforcing their love for each other and their family and the new baby coming.
But see, I think I'm going to shift it to, it shouldn't, I mean, I get it's Carly and Sonny, but I just feel as though, I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago they just had a renewal. I think that's where I'm coming. It's just like, I get it. You want the whole family now, that you want to also have Mike there.
Let me ask you something. Something before you go any further. When is this supposed to happen?
Next week.
Next week? Oh, okay.
Next week.
Well,
yeah.
That's what I said. Sweeps are coming up, so that's why they're doing.
And you'll see Laura with her foot up. I was told.
Did you ever think of it this way, that possibly it's a lead up to something happening to Mike? And they're like, thank God he was at our wedding and we got to enjoy him, and you know what I mean?
There's three things that can stem from it.
Possibly.
Michael's downfall of having the one last memory, or Sonny's void, like Sonny making sure that they have one last happy moment together. There could be something traumatic regarding, early labor for Carly.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can also stem from somebody finally figuring out that he has a child out there who's almost 2 years old now. Yeah, that child's almost 2. Well, next year he'll be 2.
No.
Like, it could. No. Well, I'm just saying, like, General Hospital needs to start wrapping up this baby swap storyline.
Oh, you mean Michael's child? I thought you meant Sonny having another child. Oh, it's
No.
What I think is, and here's a possibility too. If they're gonna kill off Shiloh, there's a good possibility after watching today's episode that Nell might be that person to do that.
Yes,
because she's trying to not let the truth come out about Wiley.
Yeah,
so
I don't think anything.
So maybe
I can see him getting shot. I see him getting shot, but I don't think they're going to kill him off, though.
No, they're going to let him out again. They're going to let him out.
Yes,
at
because
least one more hurrah. Yeah.
I think he's going to try for the baby. That's my thinking.
Well, yeah, if he's out, he's definitely going for the baby. There's no doubt.
Go try
and maybe that's when the truth will finally come out. Now we'll finally tell them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's going to try and take the baby during the vow renewal.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, as they say. Anything else that pops up about GH? We got 10 minutes left here.
Well, I'm loving the Beast with Lethal. I just think it's so cute. I like to see that side of her, and she can play anything they give her. Oh God, is she a blessing to the canvas? I'm sorry, please, Candice, don't yell at me, but I'm almost so over Nina and Valentine and Sasha. Like maybe there could be an earthquake and that whole like wing of the hospital just falls off and they're gone. I loved Nina, I did, but it's just, I don't know, it's drawn out way too long. Do something with them, and Valentine, I don't know who he is anymore. I don't think he knows who he is anymore. We need Anna back.
Well, tune in tomorrow.
We need Anna back.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I agree about Nina. This is, again, what the one fear I think majority of us who knows what Cynthia Watchos can do was fearing that General Hospital was going to do. You do not have a powerhouse like Cynthia Watchos come onto your show and not use her strength. And the sad reality is you're not using her the proper way. Nina should be kirking out. Now, I will say this. I'm going to wait. I'm actually going to hold my breath a little bit because when the unveil of Sasha not being her daughter, that's when I can really say that for sure. Is that okay, General Hospital? You were like holding it, and now let her unleash. Let Cynthia Watcho shine.
I think that's when it's going to happen too.
Yeah,
I hope so because they pit her up against Maura West, where there was such history. And then the article being as bombastic as it was, for them not to have gone at each other and at least given us shades a little bit of what this version of Nina was going to be was a serious missed opportunity. They gave us hot and heavy right before Michelle Stafford left preview of that there was going to be smoking chemistry with Jax. And that's just
you would have thought there would at least be one dunk in the pool, one fight between them, or you know what I mean? After that article came out.
Yeah. You know, and I get she needs to take care of her daughter and all, but please let this reveal happen, and please let this reveal happen. Please.
Yeah, build it up.
Let it all. Let the baby happen. And Nina. Let Michael's world be topsy turvied, upside down. Oh, your girlfriend's not really Nina's daughter. Oh wait, I got one better for you. Your godson is actually your birth baby son. Boom, bang.
And not only that,
I do.
And the thing is with Valentine, look, I'm going to be honest. I love James Patrick Stewart, and I'm glad that him and Michael E. Knight and William Gerard, all of them were back over the General Hospital stuff together. It's a family reunion, folks. But I don't think, General Hospital, you either kill Valentine off or you just say he has a tumor. Because this is not who I thought Valentine was.
Well, think about it. If the truth comes out finally that it's not her daughter, Nina's daughter, she, of course, is going to rip Valentine a new one, and then some.
Okay. And turn to Jax.
And then Valentine is going to revert to his old ways.
Okay. I think, let me just say this. For Nina's story to showcase Cynthia Watchell's strength will be when the truth comes out. For James, to showcase what he's made of, what he's really made of with Valentine Turner into the dark side, you would have to bring Nicholas Castanon back and say have Nicholas say Valentine was the one who kidnapped him, who held him hostage, who did all that. And then you can let it out where Valentine, somebody says, by the way, Valentine also lied to you, Nina. Sasha is not your daughter. She's a paid hooker from such and such, from Jessica Tuck to play Sasha's mama. Hold up. Cassandra could be, oh, my God. Okay, I figured it out. Okay.
Oh, my God.
What is,
I'm going there with you, Candice. Oh, okay. My God.
What if Sasha is Cassandra's daughter?
Oh, my God. That would be...
One more before we go. What if Michael E. Knight actually comes on as Tad the Cad, and this is the preview to a reboot that may have pop up sometime early next year?
If ABC could do that with the new Disney Plus channel, because seriously, Disney Plus, y'all could use the soap channel. That would be great, but I don't think a lot of General Hospital fans would appreciate. They're already little strict. I'm gonna say the strict General Hospital fans, meaning the General Hospital only. Okay, not all my children want Like to Live fans who came over. They already are kind of like heat about Nora Buchanan. They're like, okay, why we gotta have this? I would have, if they were to do that, just have him on as a story arc. Have him come over for Crimson or something. I don't know. You know, have him be friends with somebody like they did with him and Kevin Buchanan on One Life to Live. Something.
Yep.
But if this is going to be, cause, so we'll see.
I was going to say, I'm going to cut you. I want to cut you guys short because we have less than 4 minutes left, and I want Candice to share her experience at the awards.
Okay, real quick. So, I guess I can say this. So, most of you guys know I have a big mouth, and I, not only do this show, but I also do another podcast, so Party 411. And last Saturday was the first annual Capital City Web Awards in D.C., created by Anacostia, Emmy Award winner, creator of Anacostia, Anthony Anderson. Everybody was out to represent the web series Anacostia. There was new shows that I didn't know about. Toll Booth, Unconditional Love. Toll Booth was the big winner. I went, did the red carpet, which was surreal. As somebody who grew up watching the daytime Emmys and pretend to do the red carpet by wearing her Easter dress and playing with the Barbie dolls and, prom night, seeing Susan Lucci win. It was unreal. There was a wardrobe malfunction, and it wasn't me. It was one of those out of body experiences. And there was, question about how important podcasts are, the platform that we have. And like I say, we say this all the time. We all have various opinions about certain things, and to share them with you guys. And you guys may be listening to the podcast right now and saying and agreeing, like, yes, General Hospital needs to do this. No, Young and Russell shouldn't. It's communication. We're in a hard time right now in this world. But the one thing that we all have is communication. And if we don't have communication, then what do we have? Nothing. We're a tight-knit community, and that's what the award show, has said, is that, network TV, they do their own thing. When you have a platform like we do, we're close. We look out for each other.
Yes.
But, I had fun dressing up.
You looked absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so happy that you got to meet Broken and Love creator. Yes. It was so funny. Like we're seriously best friends now, and she is working on new material for the new season. Hashtag Team Holden, and I need everybody to tweet her and say you would like to see Vivi with a baby. Just saying. Well, we already had that discussion on Twitter. You're going to end up being the baby. You know that, right?
I know. I don't know. That's going to be a sight for sore eyes. I'm just saying. But no, I met her mother, of course, Anthony Anderson. I met so many people, and it was like Pride the Series with Darrell and Anthony. Oh, gosh.
Love him.
Dee Freeman. I met Dee Freeman. I re-met Lauren B. Martin and the cast of Sonder the series. And Lauren walked away with lead actress. It was, when I tell you that this little girl from Baltimore who always dreamt of the Emmys and all that, to live out that dream, that was just everything. And I want to give a shout out to you guys because you guys are my family, and I was making sure to represent everybody. So there you go.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And we're now on the countdown time, so I want to thank everybody for listening. And thank you very much, all of you, for joining us tonight. Anthony, David, Candice, and Carolyn, we're sorry we missed you. She also said you look stunning, and we are out of time. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
See you next Thursday.
We might be seeing you next week. We might be. We'll let you know. Follow us.
Shocking.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.